Hello?
Hello
Hi.
there.
Isn't it?
You're right. There's no way we could do this without it looking weird.
I know.
She's like setting this up like, how do I make it so it doesn't look weird? It's like, nope, it just looks weird.
It's gonna look weird no matter what. I tried putting myself up in the corner, but then I was like cutting off your head and like it didn't work out.
Oh wow.
So you get to be, I love when it's just you though, and you just get to be large Doug. It's like, hi Doug. I just know what the people want to see, and it's you. King Doug, exactly, Wayflow.
Well, if it was the other way around, I look like what's that name? The amazing Kazoo from Flintstones, the little green guy.
Oh.
Like I just look like a little bald guy, just like, oh, dum dum, how you doing? So it might be better this way.
What a reference, Doug. Jeez.
I grew up with sitcoms that I don't really like. I never got into that show.
But yes, I already see people asking about this. There is no Rob today. Rob had a life or something? I don't know, whatever. I don't understand what it means to live outside of the internet, so no, just kidding.
I like someone put biggest Douglas. That's good. I like that.
Biggest Douglas. Amazing. Amazing. But yeah, I see we are already starting a hype train. Thank you all so much for that hype. We appreciate you. So why don't we get down to some of these rules so we can answer some of your burning questions that you have been waiting for to ask Doug all week. First and foremost, we're going to give priority to bit messages since that is some real world money spent. We do sometimes have time for highlighted questions at the end of stream, but if you highlight your question now, there's no way for me to scroll all the way back up, so you might want to wait until we get closer to the end of stream to highlight your messages if you want them to be seen. Please do not repeat yourself over and over again in chat. You can get timed out or even banned if you're gonna keep doing it. I saw there was some confusion and new people about this last week, but I do have a list of all of the questions over here. So if it seems like we've missed it, we're probably just behind because we've already been live for 6 minutes and haven't answered a single question, and I've already got a long list. We get behind, it happens, nothing we can do about it. What else? Please watch the length of questions in chat. The longer they are, the faster I tend to read them, and then the more likely that we're just gonna lose what even the heck you're trying to say. So please be careful about that. Also, please no spoilers. Some of us have not had a chance to see Uncharted or the Peacemaker finale. I swear to God, y'all spoiled this Peacemaker finale for me. I'm gonna be so mad. Don't do it. Other than that, oh, also, here we go. I remembered a new one, or one that sometimes I forget, sometimes I don't remember. Please maybe look to see if someone else has already asked the question that you've asked. I'm sure there's already someone who's asked Doug about the Chippendale trailer. So maybe just check, because I hate, like, I really just do hate it if you're like the 5th person to answer the question and you've given bits to ask it and we're just kind of like, we already answered that. Okay.
Well, it's like you wasted your bits and we don't want you to waste your bits.
Exactly.
So, yeah.
Exactly. So maybe just check that someone else hasn't already asked the question so we don't just like brush it off. I think other than that, we're good.
I think that's it. Yeah,
we did say that we are open to No Way Home spoilers now, so yes. That is open territory.
God help you if you ruin the ending of Sis and Kane. I'll just go berserk.
Great, Doug. Good. We're glad you have boundaries with that.
It's a high chair. No.
All right, well, let's jump into some of these questions here. Alexander, thank you for the 50 bits. Hi, Rob. I'm sorry he's not here. I know you hate the 90s cartoon sitcom Quack Pack, but there's a great episode of the DuckTales reboot that cleverly satires it. It's sort of like WandaVision if the sitcom writing was legit funny. In fact, it actually came out before WandaVision. I think you'd like it.
I want to say I said that in the DuckTales reboot review. Maybe I didn't for Disney Center. I thought it was better than WandaVision personally. It was short, it was tight, it was a little creepier too, but yeah, no, I did see that and I thought it was very funny.
That Disney nerd, thank you for the 100 bits. Hello, Heather and Douglas. How you doing?
Good.
Great. Doug is our overlord now, so please respect him. Smash Ultra, thank you for the 50 bits. There's a song at the end of the Disney Afternoon video and on the beginning of the Ghost Rider 2 video. What song is it called?
I don't know. We get our music from the YouTube library. Not really pro scores anymore, but we used to get there. And then musicloops.com has a lot of great stuff there. So I just go through, I buy a bunch of these songs that are, once you purchase them, they're copyright free. So, yeah, I don't remember the name of it though, because we have a ton. I'm so sorry.
Big Mac, thank you for the 50 bits. Just one small correction on your National Treasure review, Doug. Diane Kruger's character doesn't say that's dumb. She says verdammt, which is German for damn you. That's why Riley says afterwards, I'm pretty sure she was swearing. Sorry, I know it's a nitpick. I just needed to say it.
But they don't sound anything alike. Is that really what she said? That is so weird, because that doesn't...
I mean, I probably just don't know the German well. Maybe it's more like Verdum.
Maybe, no, because I thought I saw a
Verdum?
little bit that, Verdum, maybe? Huh. Verdum. Okay, and what does it mean again?
God damn, or damn you. Sorry, damn you in German.
Oh, okay. Huh. Well, shit, it sounds like that's dumb, but that's dumb of me, so Verdum.
Alexander, thank you for the 50 bits. Hi, Doug. I remember last week you said you were planning to watch the 5th season of Rick and Morty on HBO Max. Have you started it yet? And if so, what are your thoughts?
Yeah, I'm about halfway. I still love it. Like, even if there's an episode that's just okay, it's still, like, usually 10 times better than just anything else on TV. So for the most part, I think I've seen about 5 episodes, and 3 out of the 5 is already like some of the best stuff I've ever seen in comedy. They're just so good. So yeah, I really, really like it.
I really need to actually watch Rick and Morty. It's just the fan base turned me off so hard to it for so long.
I get it, but it really is brilliant writing. And and it starts off good. Like it starts off, oh, this is a good kind of dark, comedy, and then just it gets better and better and better. You can tell at the beginning they're like, okay, just get the show going, and then they're taking like whatever years to do like each episode because they take a long time, but it shows like in the animation, the writing is just, it's so good.
Tapid, thank you for the 50 bits. So much to get to. I'll start with this, though. I finally watched Encanto and thought it was a great movie. It has some of the best situational humor I've seen in a Disney animated movie. The babies joke cracked me up.
Yeah, I really liked it. And it's one of those that kind of, I don't want to say it sneaks up on you, but it kind of, you watch and you go, yeah, that was good. And then just the more you kind of let it sit, you're like, yeah, that was really good. Yeah, that kind of checked out. That worked. Yeah, this is a damn good movie. It just sort of, you let it sit and you realize, man, yeah, it really didn't do that much wrong. It sort of hit all the right notes. Literally with, talk about Bruno.
Antari, thank you for the 100 bits. Doug, I have great news. The second half of the final season of Amphibia is premiering March 19th. I think by the time you're done with Star Wars Rebels and start watching Amphibia, all the episodes will come to Disney Plus. So please watch Amphibia after Rebels.
Oh, I didn't know it wasn't on Disney Plus yet, huh? Or maybe it is. Maybe it's just not the new episodes. Yeah, I think I have it on the list because I did hear it was wrapping up this year. So yeah, if anything, it makes sense just to review it right after it wraps up. So yeah, I think it is on the list.
Alexander, thank you for the 50 bits. Hi, Doug and Rob. What are some of your favorite episodes of Rick and Morty?
Man, I think the one that's a parody of like anthologies where there's always like people meeting at like a table, like Almost Got 'Em, and they're all going to tell stories. But it turns out that was a story for another anthology. And then, like they're all on a train, they're about to tell stories, but then that's a story for another anthology. And then Rick and Morty find they're trapped in the anthologies and they keep trying to get out. And every single time they think they're in reality, it's the start of another anthology. And I love when they do shit like that, or like the heist one where they keep outwitting the other to a degree that is entirely impossible, and the whole episode is about that. Or the decoy family ones, the ones where it just keeps going, and it just like literally until the end of the episode, it'll do one joke, but it's always like, how far can we write ahead where it just takes up the whole entire episode. So yeah, I love those.
Matt Hanna, thank you for the 50 bits. So have you seen the new Chippendale teaser trailer? I have mixed feelings about it.
Me too. That's fair.
Yeah, same.
I don't know. You know what it is? It's another one of those things where it's like if it came out 2 years earlier, I'd be like, this looks great. This looks hilarious. Oh my God. I think with the exception of Spider-Man No Way Home, because that was just so good, I think I'm starting to get a little tapped out of the self-aware reboots. I'm finally just like, okay, even if they're clever, I'm just kind of done. I'm done. But then like somebody will do something unique with it, like Spider-Man, or in my opinion, Ghostbusters. And they'll always suck me in a little bit more. But it is like, yeah, how about just a straight up like reboot? Like not anything super self-aware, just like a good reboot or something original. Crazy.
Crazy thought. Tenko, thank you for the 50 bits. Hope you all are doing well today. Doug, what's your take on the Rescue Rangers trailer? And the Doctor Strange trailer that dropped on Sunday. Also, favorite commercial.
I'm trying to think what was good. There weren't many, so you think I remember it. Super Bowl commercials have not been that funny for like the past 10 years, in my opinion. So you think I'd remember which one actually made me laugh. I can't remember. I had to look it up. For the Doctor Strange, I mean, it looked good. I'm curious to see what Sam Raimi will do, like with those crazy visuals and stuff. And then yeah, Rescue Rangers. It looks weird, man. I hope it's good, but yeah, it looks weird, man.
I'm so excited for Doctor Strange. That trailer got me like even more intrigued. Although it did bring out all of the crazy people who were like freezing the frames and being like, okay, if you freeze this one frame of this trailer and then zoom in back over here, you can see an animated traffic cone, which means that one of the universes that they're going through is the X-Men animated universe. Therefore, X-Men are now in the MCU. And I'm like, okay, y'all need to calm down.
Oh, you know what? I just found here the Arnold Schwarzenegger one, him as a Zeus. I thought that was very funny.
Alexander, thank you for the 50 bits. Hi, Doug. I know you've seen the first Paddington movie, but have you seen the second? And if so, what are your thoughts? Personally, as much as I love the original, I thought the sequel was even better. Brendan Gleeson and Hugh Grant steal the show, and I think if you like the first one, you'll love the second one.
I did. I liked it. I think I liked the first one a little more because I didn't know what to expect. But they're both very, very good.
That Disney nerd, thank you for the 100 bits. So this past week, I've been watching movies I heard were great just to see for myself. I watched Dune 2021, Peanut Butter Falcon, The Departed, Don't Look Up, and Black Hawk Down. Thoughts if you've seen them all?
Jesus. Dune I liked. I did a whole review of that. Black Hawk Down, I know what they're trying to do. I didn't get into it because I couldn't really make out what the people looked like or the characters or anything like that. I never did see Peanut Butter Falcons. I don't know what's
there you go.
My words today. What was the other one?
The Departed. I like The Departed.
I really like. Mm-hmm. Yeah.
And then Don't Look Up.
Don't Look Up. I couldn't get into, and Same. I feel like if you see the trailer, you're gonna tell if you'll be able to get into it or not. It gives you. I'll say it gives you exactly what it promises. And I knew I wasn't going to like it, but my wife wanted to watch it. And some parts were funny. There were some parts that got a laugh out of me. But yeah, for the most part, it was exactly what I thought it was going to be.
M. Tappet, thank you for the 50 bits. Chippendale trailer was definitely something to behold.
It was something. I don't know. I'm afraid. I'm very afraid. But if there weren't so many clever things in it, I'd be like, oh, this is awful. But there were a lot of clever jokes and ideas. I love the CG facelift, however they put that. So it's like, we'll see, but I just don't know. I just don't know.
Alexander, thank you for the 50 bits. Hi, Doug. I know you said Astro Boy was your favorite episode of the DuckTales reboot, but what are some of your other favorites?
Let's see. The one where Della comes back was pretty good. I do like the Quack Pack one. The finale was pretty good. Man, I'd have to go through all the episodes again. I guess those are good for now.
Mr. This Charming Man, thank you for the 100 bits. Hey, you guys, ever heard of a movie called Dougal? It's an American redub of a British-French film called The Magic Roundabout, based off a show from the 70s. Dougal is absolutely terrible. Seriously, replace Johanna Lumley with Whoopi Goldberg, Tom Baker with Jon Stewart?
I've heard so much about this movie, and at some point I'll do it. It's always on the list, and I'm like, yeah, I'll get to it at some point, because I have gotten a lot of recommendations, and I just keep pushing it off. So I'll get to it eventually. if not this year, I'll get to it next year.
I know what, guys. Thank you for the 50 bits. I was right about the plot for Chip 'n Dale. The trailer for Chip 'n Dale to me looks like a lot of fun, and honestly, I'm scared that you don't know what to think. Good news is that they're still working on it, and that Tress McNelly will reprise her role as Gadget.
Hold on.
I probably said it wrong, Doug. Yes, I get it.
Thank you
there
so
we go.
much.
Thank you.
But will she reprise her role as Chip? That's the real question. No, that's really cool that she's coming back for that.
General Kenobi, thank you for the 50 bits. Would you consider doing a review of a movie called The Superhero Movie? It stars Drake Bell as a knockoff Spider-Man, and it's a pretty funny movie.
The Superhero Movie? Or is it just Superhero Movie?
I don't know. They didn't have capitalized things, so...
Okay, so I haven't seen this, but I've seen clips. And the clips were pretty funny. It came out during, the Everything After Scary Movie, Disaster Movie, and Meet the Spartans. So it looked bad, but I saw a few clips on YouTube, and it did make me laugh. So I'll have to see, and maybe I should check it out.
I know, guys. Thank you for the 50 bits. Have you checked out the trailer for Doctor Strange in the Multiverse of Madness? Doesn't it look good?
Yeah, the one thing I'm looking forward to, I forgot to mention, is that Scarlet Witch might be a villain, might turn evil. I'm kind of digging that, especially like what we've had with WandaVision and stuff. So that'd be kind of neat. That's the one thing I saw, and I kind of went, ooh, like that could be interesting.
I know, guys. Thank you for the 50 bits. You're gonna love this. They're making Sonic the Hedgehog 3 alongside a Knuckles spinoff for Paramount Plus, also starring Idris Elba. Also, the new poster for Sonic the Hedgehog 2 looks badass.
Oh, does it? I don't know if I saw it. Let me see. Hold on. Sonic.
I mean, it looks good.
2 poster. I'll be the judge. Oh my God, that looks good. Are we looking at the same one? The one with the plane? Or no, is it them?
I don't know which one is the new one, to be honest.
I mean, I remember seeing the plane one with a plane. That's what I mean, not like the poster. It looks plain. It looks good either way.
I know, guys. Thank you for the 50 bits. Did you ever check out 8-Bit Christmas? If so, thoughts? To me, I love the last 15 minutes of the movie.
Yeah, and I think the last 15 minutes is what lost it for me.
Oh, really?
I couldn't get into it. And Rob really liked it, and I didn't hate it. I just wanted either a few more laughs or it to be a little, like a better way of putting it, a little meaner. I thought the way everything kind of worked out at the end, I'm like, wait a minute, I had like so many questions afterwards. We were just saying, wait a minute, what about this and how did this work? And when did he have time to do that? And we just kept going back and forth on it. But I didn't hate it. It just didn't grab me. But yeah, like I said, Rob really liked it. I know a lot of people that like it. So, I get why.
I know, guys. Thank you for the 50 bits. Breaking news! John Cena will star in Coyote vs. Acme. The film follows Wiley... Oh my God, Heather, words. The film follows Wile E. Coyote after Acme products fail him one too many times and his dogged pursuit of the Roadrunner decides to hire a billboard lawyer to sue the Acme Corporation. The case pits Wiley and his lawyer against the latter's intimidating former boss Cena, but a growing friendship between the man and cartoon stokes their determination to win. Sorry,
awesome.
I was trying to read that so fast, and then I couldn't. Sorry.
To try to keep them short. But that is cool. I didn't believe this movie was real when somebody brought it up here. I'm like, no, they're making that. That's an internet rumor. The fact that this is really happening.
Yeah, it's happening. And John Cena is gonna play the lawyer.
I am so excited for this. This might be the most excited I've been for a movie in a while. I can't wait.
Matt Hanna, thank you for the 50 bits. I would forgive the Pauly Shore Pinocchio film if the scene where Pleasure Island is included and there's a moment where Pinocchio says, "Hey, look, it's a leaning tower of Pisa."
I did finally see that trailer because the first thing I saw because people brought up here, I saw there was a little trailer recommendation, and then there was another video that I think got more than the trailer, more hits, and it was one of those if you laugh you lose things. So I just put on the trailer with that in mind, like, all right, try not to laugh, but what the hell could be in this? that's that funny. And there were a lot of times where it was very difficult not to laugh because the delivery was just so awkward and so weird coming from Pauly Shore. And that looks like another one of those like Dougal movies where this must have been made somewhere else and then they're redubbing it. It sure has that feel. But yeah, I may need to check that out because the curiosity got the best of me. I just have to know how bad that is.
Danny R, thank you for the 50 bits. He's the greatest man alive. His name is Doug Walker. They specified to have a clap clap, sorry.
Oh, well, thank you.
Disney Nerd, thank you for the 100 bits. Can I just say this? It's so good to see good old Roger Rabbit again in the Chip 'n Dale trailer. Hashtag bring back Roger Rabbit.
My favorite was the cat from the Paul Abdul video. That's the one that I just fucking love that cat because I love that video when I was a kid. I was just so amazed. There's like somebody dancing with a cartoon, and of course I was shown this has been done a lot, but like that was one of the first major ones I saw, and I was just so like, what? Like my little 6-year-old mind was like blown. So every time I see that cat, I just burst out laughing. I just love that thing.
Antari, thank you for the 100 bits. Doug, you being a casual gamer, I get why the Spider-Man gameplay is tricky. Well, good news for you. Telltale's The Walking Dead gameplay is incredibly simplistic. It's mostly button mashing, quick time moves, and cursor movements like keyboard mouse.
Man, are you just like a spokesperson for them? Is that... No, you'd be going to other people, not me. Okay, cool to know.
Talkative Carl, thank you for the 50 bits. Not gonna lie, Doug, to this day, I still believe there's a map behind the back of the Declaration of Independence just because it was Nicolas Cage said it. He's very convincing.
Well, next time you visit there, bring you lemons. See what happens.
The Replication, thank you for the 50 bits. Do you really want to taste it? That's it.
Oh.
Getting ready for a Peacemaker.
Oh, yes. Thank you. I have no witty answer. Just go to the next one.
Talkative Carl, thank you for the 50 bits. What if there's a hidden riddle in the Batman trailers? Like if there's a hidden bigger bad guy behind the Riddler?
Actually, putting a riddle, that'd be cool putting that like in the commercials or the trailer. That'd actually be really clever.
That would be.
Yeah, like the first letter of like something spells out. I don't know, but I kind of love that. You should go work in advertising. Go. Maybe you can still make it before the movie comes out. Come on, put that in the trailer. You can do it. I believe in you.
Sloven Chan, thank you for the 100 bits. Hi, Doug. Have a few questions. Will you review the 2017 Power Rangers movie?
Maybe. I think I have it on the list.
What are your opinions on the leaked George Lucas drafts for the sequel trilogy?
I don't think I saw them. I think I heard a little bit about them, but I've already forgotten what happens in them. So, yeah, no opinion, I guess.
Also, was I the only one after I watched the Bakshi Lord of the Rings wish that Bakshi would make an animated Dune movie? Stay awesome.
Huh. He still have to compress everything. That's the tricky. There's also a lot of talking in Dune. Yeah, I don't know. I know what you're talking about because it kind of has that almost desert brownish look to it that he can make kind of look cool in his movies. But, yeah, I don't know. It'd be an interesting experiment.
Kevin Lane, thank you for the 50 bits. Please invite Tim Burton next Nostalgiaween.
Well, I got him on my phone. I'll just ring him up, say, hey, Tim, come on by, and I'm sure you'll see him next time.
Matt Hanna, thank you for the 50 bits. After watching the princess scene in Ralph Breaks the Internet, I'm really hoping that there is a princess crossover movie.
Yeah, I heard somewhere there was supposed to be, like, a short they were working on. Like, they had, like, production stuff. It wasn't even the princess. It was, like, all the Disney women and girls and stuff like that. And they all just had, like, this little short where they got together. And so I was like, oh, that's kind of neat. And I guess they never did. I guess maybe that was it. It ended up in Ralph Breaks the Internet. Yeah, I don't know. Be neat.
Talkative Carl, thank you for the 50 bits. Doug, have you thought about making a commercial video dedicated to Super Bowl commercials?
I've thought a little bit about it because, yeah, I want to do a video talking about why the hell aren't they funny anymore? Because I feel like not even 10, I want to say like past 10, 15 years, there's been one or two funny ones. And then every year people are always like, yeah, the commercials weren't that funny this year. Isn't that weird? I'm like, it's been like that for like, you know, maybe a couple decades now where they used to like the outliers were the ones that weren't funny. Like maybe one or two weren't funny, and all the others just had like the top writing. I blame Britney Spears. Around when she did the Pepsi commercial, that's when things started to go towards, let's just get people to remember them. It doesn't matter if they're funny. And I don't remember when that was, but that's when I remember like they're like all the half the commercials that year kind of had that vibe, and then slowly that became the norm. Like, well, they don't need to be funny, just remember it. Which, I mean, fair enough, like they want you to remember the product, but yeah, I missed that great writing.
CM Sully, thank you for the 100 bits. So I have a suggestion for Dark Toons if you haven't already done so. Fleischer did a short that I'm 90% sure was the cartoon that made me run out of the room crying with fear when I was a wee toddler called Greedy Humpty Dumpty.
Oh, I think I saw that. He wants to get to the gold in the sun, right? I think I saw that. It doesn't really get dark until the end. I mean, spoilers, he falls and they can't put it back together again. Yeah, I do remember that. I got it. This VHS popped up. I actually remember seeing this VHS. I might watch it again just to watch it again, because I haven't seen that since I was like maybe 3 or something like that. But I have to watch it again because I don't remember being especially dark. Also, I haven't done a Dark Toons in a really long time. Sorry.
Antari, thank you for the 100 bits. Doug, I'm pumped for the Dark Knight month, but some people needlessly complain about some holes like Joker's perfect plan and how Batman got back to Gotham in Rises. You should watch the Cinema Wins video on the film to take notes for your review.
I do address that very quickly. I say pretty much if it's anything that's like, how did that character do this? How was this perfectly set up? I just say comic book shit. That's just how it works. If it's anything that makes the characters look dumber, then I say, okay, that's a problem. Because if it's like, everything's supposed to be heightened, it's like, cool, Joker's plan can be perfect and Batman can figure out a way to get back to Gotham and stuff like that. But if it's something where it's like, how did this character not know this? This is the world's greatest detective and stuff like that. That's where I say that's a problem. So no, the little details like that, don't worry. I don't really focus on that in terms of like, that's a bad thing. Because I say it's still a comic book movie,
Yeah. I know, guys, thank you for the 50 bits. It was just announced recently, but in the upcoming animated Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles movie, the Turtles will be voiced by, according to the director,
Chris Pratt.
Actual teenagers!
What? Oh, crazy. You're mad. Mad!
Insane! No one tell the CW that teenagers can play teenagers.
Well, we're in the first one, weren't they teens? Wasn't Corey Feldman still a teen then? And the kid playing Michelangelo? Or, I mean, he might have been older. I don't know.
I'm not sure.
Either way, that's cool. That's very cool.
Sailor Aaron, thank you for the 150 bits. Hello, Dashing Doug and Heavenly Heather. That's nice. How are you doing tonight? I got a movie called Lucas this week. I remember seeing it once on TV. Have you seen it?
I feel like that's probably the name of a few movies, but I think if we're thinking of the sports movie, yeah, I remember liking it. Hold on, Lucas, let me see if it's the same one I'm thinking of. Yeah, I remember liking this movie. Yeah.
Danny R, thank you for the 50 bits. I'm thinking about starting a podcast where you talk about beards. Can you please grow a beard so you can be a guest on the podcast? That'll help me out.
Yeah, Heather, get on it. I mean, look, this doesn't count. I mean, I don't know. I did grow a full one last time I went on vacation, and people said it looked good, but I don't know how good it looked for the NC. So maybe when I retire at the NC, I'll grow a full one, because a lot of people did like it.
Talkative Carl, thank you for the 50 bits. How would you rank these charming actors? Keanu Reeves, Andrew Garfield, Florence Pugh, and Tom Hiddleston.
Who's Florence Pugh?
Florence Pugh played Black Widow's sister in Black Widow.
Oh, okay. Oh, she was pretty cool. So
Keanu...
probably.
Sorry, go ahead. I was just gonna list them off for you again in case you needed help.
Okay. I guess I'll say Andrew Garfield, Florence Pugh, and who are there? Keanu Reeves and who else?
Tom Hiddleston.
Actually, switch that. Andrew Garfield, Tom Hiddleston, Florence Pugh, and then Keanu Reeves. Keanu Reeves only because the first half of his career I thought he was pretty dull, but he's pretty cool now.
Adam Grunther, thank you for the 50 bits. How far are you into Peacemaker? Thoughts so far?
I haven't seen anymore. I'm still trying to get through Rick and Morty, and then I want to see Disenchantment. There's so much to watch.
There is. And
yeah.
then you gotta watch Vox Machina too.
I'm watching still watching Pammy and Tommy?
Oh
Pam
yeah!
And Tommy? Yeah, I'm still watching that too. My wife just discovered Euphoria, so we're watching that. It's very good. It's very rough. It's very, very rough to watch sometimes. Yeah, so I'm trying to get through it, man. Just a lot of shit to watch. And of course I'm doing like Rebels and everything for Disney December, so it's a lot.
Smash Ultra, thank you for the 50 bits. Remember I told you what if Roger had a sequel? It's like the movie creator saw my chat and your opinion about the chat and made a movie about it, but hired Ren and Stimpy creators to make it crazy.
Is it people who worked on Ren and Stimpy? Huh.
I don't know.
That almost makes me more optimistic for it, but yeah, I guess we'll see.
That Disney nerd, thank you for the 100 bits. Have you ever thought of doing an NC for the rest of the Disney Renaissance? You've done Lion King, Hunchback, Mulan, and Tarzan.
You know, there's a couple. Little Mermaid, Aladdin, Rescuers Down Under, come on. I guess Hercules. Was Treasure Planet grouped in there or no?
I don't know.
I did do Atlantis. If they didn't say Atlantis, I guess not, because that was after that. Maybe. I mean, I can talk about them all.
Jocks Cab, thank you for the 50 bits. Hello, Doug and Heather. Really enjoyed the National Treasure review. Both it and the sequel, to a lesser extent, are two of my favorite popcorn flicks.
Yeah, I like, and you know, the sequel's one of the few ones where they do the shtick of here we go again, and they like Ghostbusters 2 it, where now they're broken up so they can get back together, and I hate that shit. But again, Cage is so charming, and he just really, really makes it work. So I like the sequel as well.
Danny R, thank you for the 50 bits. Douglas M. Walker, we all know you hate bad exposition, but can you give an example of good exposition?
You know, and it's funny because I told a lot of people I'm doing Dark Knight month. In Batman Begins, there's surprisingly a good amount that makes sense. I love it when Tom Wilkinson, as the mob boss, Bruce Wayne comes down and he's telling him all this stuff that would sound so phony out of anyone else. But because this guy is so powerful and because it's Bruce Wayne that came down trying to show he's not afraid, but without a gun and everything, I feel like he would kind of gloat. He'd be like putting him down, but he'd be taking the time because, you're kind of worth it. You're this big billionaire. You came down here to talk about this, but I also don't want you back here. So I'm going to say all this. And he says a lot, but he says it really concisely. And you can tell he's so comfortable with this power. And, it just holds the gun at him. I could shoot you right now. Nobody would care. It is 100% believable. And it's a lot of exposition. It's a lot of character gotten across. That's because it really matches the situation and the persona. So, yeah, I think that's a pretty good example.
Adam Grunther, thank you for the 50 bits. Does it bother you that the Chippendale movie attempts to show the contrast between 2D and 3D animation, yet none of the characters are hand-drawn and are instead CGI?
So, okay, Chip clearly, the rodents clearly were, and that bothered me. I didn't like that. But I have to go back and see, but it kind of looked like Roger was, and that cat from the Paul Abdul video, but I could be wrong. They're on there very shortly, but for a short amount of time. But that did bother me, but I also have to see what they have in mind. That could be part of the joke, maybe. I'm not sure. They could even say, well, when we're on TV, we look so much more flat or something. So I don't know. The
Den of Greed, thank you for that 2-month subscription. Welcome back. Appreciate that. And they say, hello, Doug. My question is, what has been your favorite/funniest skit that you've done in any of your reviews? This ranges from opening skits, continuous gags like the Country Bears joke, or cutaway jokes.
Man, I don't know. It's when you're doing this 15 years, it's hard to remember them all. I guess the one that made me laugh pretty hard was in the Batman v Superman review. I love when they're accusing the others of, you kill people for no reason. You kill people for no reason, as Batman is talking, saying, that's impossible. I value human life. Like he throws a batarang, shoots a guy, and pushes a button running over someone with the Batmobile. I just love the timing on that one. That was so many layers, so difficult to plan out, but I just had this idea and I'm like, man, that worked out pretty good. That was a good laugh.
Talkative Carl, thank you for the 50 bits. You know how Andrew Garfield finally got the appreciation he deserves after all this time as Spider-Man? Did you see the actresses from the 2016 Ghostbusters getting that moment?
I don't know. I think like anything, it depends on what they do. I'm trying to think. All those. Well, why am I blanking about? Yeah, most of them. Yeah, all those actresses I like fine, and I've seen in very funny stuff. I think that's the thing with Garfield too. It's like, yeah, I guess if you're talking about with Spider-Man, yeah, he came back as Spider-Man, but I always thought Garfield was fine as Spider-Man. I never had a problem with him at all. And the women in the 2016 Ghostbusters, they were hit and miss, but I was like, no part of me was ever like, oh, well, they're the ones that messed this up. This is why this doesn't work. It's like, no, it's a lot of stuff. It's editing, writing, the whole idea and stuff. So and if they're going to bring them back in something, I would doubt it simply because Afterlife has kind of rewrote everything again. Like, they even got rid of Ghostbusters 2.
Yeah.
So that wouldn't be my guess. But I don't know. They're all mad talented, have done hilarious stuff after it. So, yeah, I don't see it, like, tanking their career or anything like that.
Danny R., thank you for the 50 bits. What would you say is the best and worst use of the Wilhelm scream?
It's funny you said the worst was in Yogi Bear, the movie.
Oh,
they,
really?
for no reason, have a scene where, like, a nut falls on Yogi's eye, and they just give him the Wilhelm scream. He's like, ah! Like, and it sounds nothing like Yogi Bear. It's not like a background thing. It's totally focused on him. And I'm like, that was hugely distracting and weird. The best, I don't know, I kind of remember in, like, I think Naked Gun 3, like, somebody rips off a guy's head, and he looks at it and goes, huh. It just sort of throws it, and I think they have the Wilhelm scream, just, ah! Like, I don't know why, that made me laugh pretty hard.
I think I agree with Dragon's Toy, Spaceballs. Spaceballs uses it really well.
Where did they use it in Spaceballs?
I can't even remember the exact thing. It's been so long, but...
Oh, it's when he shot in the ass. That's right. Ah, I forgot that was the Wilhelm scream. You're right.
Adam Grunther, thank you for the 50 bits. What is your favorite How It Should Have Ended video? For me, it was Logan. As a fan of the X-Men movies, that Les Mis parody song at the end just hits me.
Is that the one that also ends with Deadpool coming in with the metal detector? I thought that was pretty funny. Yeah, that one's pretty good. I guess I'll go with that one too. And now you mentioned, it's like, I know there's other really funny ones, but that one's now really sticking in my head because I thought that the ending to the How It Should Have Ended was really, really funny.
Adam Grunther, thank you for the 50 bits. Have you seen Disenchantment Season 4? And if so, thoughts?
No, not yet. I want to finish Rick and Morty and then get to that. So it'll be some time.
The Replication, thank you for the 80 bits. If you like Rick and Morty, Doug, then you have to watch the show called Smiling Friends. I think you'll get a kick out of their dark, insane 80s R-rated style humor.
You know, it's weird. I've seen 3 episodes. I saw the first 2, and then I jumped forward to the one that James was in because I just wanted to see him in there. And I liked it. I thought it was really funny. But everyone is saying, like, this is like one of the best comedies ever. It's phenomenal. So I'm wondering, I guess I should watch the rest of it because, I mean, everybody is talking about this show. So I think, again, after I watch everything else, I am going to go back and watch the rest of it because I know I couldn't have gotten that from just those 3 episodes because they were funny. But, like, everyone's just losing their mind over this show. So I think I got to watch the whole thing and see what people are talking about.
That Disney nerd, thank you for the 100 bits. Speaking of Rebels, how far into season 2 are you now? I can't wait to hear your reaction to the final episode of that season.
I'm halfway through, I think. It is better. There's still a few times where I'm like, yeah, I'm not that into it, whatever. But every character is slowly getting a little better to the point where the only 2 I can't stand now are the Jedi. He is still
Kanan?
Nothing. He is so
you don't like
nothing
Kanan?
to me. He is so boring, uninteresting. Dahl says the most generic lines. He looks forgettable. I don't like him at all.
You don't like Kanan Jarrus, Doug?
No, right now. Maybe he'll get better. He is just a big
fair,
of nothing
I guess.
to me. And the other is the little R2 robot.
Oh, Chopper! I hate Chopper so much. He's such an asshole.
It's just the sound, because I love the idea of a cynical droid. And they've had a couple of those, but just that sound. I'm like, oh God, shut up! I hate this thing. But even the little whatchamacallit, the graffiti artist, the Mandalorian one. Yeah, because I just saw the episode where they go a little bit into her backstory. And like where she came from, and I'm from the house of blah blah blah, and I'm like, well, she's getting kind of interesting now. Like that's kind of a cool backstory. So like, yeah, everyone's getting more interesting, but those are the two I'm still like, too. But I'm sure that'll change too.
Right. Jock's Cab, thank you for the 50 bits. I'm sure we all have opinions on that Rescue Rangers trailer, but I will say Dale's reason for being CGI is quality.
Oh, that's very funny. Yeah, and no, that's the thing about that trailer, because I'm watching it like it is weird, because I did grow up with that show, and that is such an innocent, sweet show. You know, like to me, that's just like coming home from school, putting on the TV, Rescue Rangers, yay! So it's so weird seeing them given like the modern humor treatment, and like doing the whatever you call it, behind the music, whatever it's called now, treatment. But they were funny. They were funny jokes. But it is odd just seeing with like normal voices, and I guess my question is, are they going to do it like, hey, there's a reason it was Rescue Rangers they're doing this with, or is it like, no, there's no reason at all? And will that help it or make it worse? You know what I mean?
Yeah. Big Mac, thank you for the 50 bits. I'm always going to have a soft spot for National Treasure. My dad loved it, so it was one of the few movies we could both watch together and enjoy.
Yeah, you know, people recommended that movie, I think, thinking I was gonna dislike it, but yeah, I did Disney December on them a long time ago, and I really liked them both. I mean, they're clearly stupid, but it's like I thought they were really fun, and it sounds weird. I kind of like it's just a PG movie. Like I don't think anyone, like, not that many people die in it. If they do, it's not very gory. It's a legit good family film that feels like a PG-13 movie, like a film where I feel like a kid can watch it and feel older watching it. But it's like, no, it's a PG film. Like the whole family can watch it. So I kind of like that too.
Yeah, it's kind of charming in its own way. Like in its own little bad way. It's kind of charming.
Yeah.
Snake Eater, thank you for the 100 bits. Hey, Doug, was wondering if in the future you'd like to do an NC review of Robin Hood, Prince of Thieves, or 1986 RoboCop.
I'll probably do RoboCop at some, because I love RoboCop. Prince of Thieves, I don't think I've seen it since it came out. I just remember thinking that was weird. I didn't know what to think of it. And I always hear so many mixed things. Like some people love it, some people hate it, some people like both, you know, like they love and hate it. So at some point I should watch the whole thing again. We'll see about a review. But, you know, if anything, just Costner's acting is so easy to mock back then. He's gotten a lot better though too. He's really turned in some good performances lately.
Talkative Carl, thank you for the 50 bits. After the first announcement of Chris Pratt as Mario, has anyone's opinion changed about any of the casting choices? It would make more sense to cast Chris Pratt as Nathan Drake. That makes better sense.
I gotta just see what they have in mind. I mean, I'll say this, knowing that casting, it doesn't get me excited for whatever they're going to do, because they're either going to do something really different like what they're doing with Rescue Rangers, or they're going to keep it in character in the same universe and everything, but have these voices that clearly are not going to go. So I'll still wait and see, because they can make it work. I mean, who knows? But it didn't get me very excited hearing that news.
Adam Grunther, thank you for the 50 bits. What was your favorite scene from Ghostbusters Afterlife?
I think the Crunch Bar kind of tugged at my heart a little bit.
Oh, yeah.
Because it doesn't necessarily mean, oh, that's the same one or anything, but I like the idea that it's just like, no, he clearly liked him because he was giving him a Crunch Bar. So it's like he kept eating them, you know? So it's like just a little thing. It's just like, oh, yeah, like it reminds you of that scene, but it's also like, well, yeah, he just eats, you know, Crunch Bars. The flip end of that is the Twinkie in the glove compartment just zooming in on it. I'm like, oh, Christ, knock it off.
Pat and Soa, thank you for the 50 bits. Hey, you two, looking forward to Dark Knight month coming up, mainly for Phantasm, but still. Have you ever watched Heart of Batman documentary on DC's YouTube channel? It's a great history of how everything came together for Batman the Animated Series.
No, and I should, because I know Tom Ruger's in it, and I heard a lot of people say it's really good. I don't know why I haven't yet, because you can watch it for free, I think, right?
Yeah, yeah, it's on their YouTube
Yeah,
channel.
yeah. I don't know why I haven't put that on yet. I will at some point.
I haven't either, so. Danny R, thank you for the 50 bits. Speaking of Encanto, everyone loves We Don't Talk About Bruno. However, I think that Waiting on a Miracle is a much better song, and The Family Madrigal is a better song as well because it's so fun.
Madrigal, I can almost agree with you on, and even the Surface Pressure, I think is really good. Waiting on a Miracle, it's good. It's just, it gives you the exact song you think you're gonna get. You know what I mean? And it's done well. But yeah, something like Bruno or Surface Pressure or the Madrigal song, I like because it was really kind of doing something different. Where I'm like, all right, I don't usually hear this. This is nice. This is like something kind of new. Where that one, it's like it's done well, but it's like, okay, I can point to like 10 other songs like this. You know what I mean?
Right. I thought Waiting on a Miracle was going to be the safe choice that they would submit for the Oscars because it's so like that Disney princess song, you know?
Yeah. Well, okay. So here's my question. Why? Because I heard, well, they didn't submit We Don't Talk About Bruno. Does it cost money to submit? Is that
I have no idea. Or maybe they can only submit one. I have no idea.
No, because I remember there was a year where like 3 Lion King songs were nominated. And so I'm asking myself, well, wait, why didn't they just submit all the songs? Unless maybe they changed the rules, I don't know. So yeah, very weird.
I don't know how any of that works. Talkative Carl, thank you for the 50 bits. The Mario casting tells me they're not confident about the story and the writers are only banking on name recognition.
The Illumination story. I mean, but I say that, but it's served them like mad. I mean, when you look at like the highest grossing movies or just even animated movies, a lot of Illumination movies are up there. So even though I can kind of make fun of them, and I don't hate Illumination, honestly, they're just very middle of the road meh movies, but they're doing something. They hit some sort of primal kid, lizard brain thing that they want to see on the big screen, want to see it over and over and over and buy all the products because they do. They do big time. So yeah, it's, again, the idea is I want to make a good movie. Well, maybe I give that to like DreamWorks or even Disney or something. If I want to make money, I'm giving it to Illumination because they figured out the secret sauce.
DCL Coda, thank you for the 50 bits. What's your favorite moment in the Dark Knight trilogy? Mine is the whole fairy sequence because of all the great subtle details, plus my speculative question, what if the Joker actually gave them their own detonators?
Man, it's weird because Dark Knight is one of my favorite movies, but when I think of like a struggle, like a transformation, like taking something painful that happened and turning it into something powerful, I do think of Batman Begins. I think of that first half. I think of him on the plane saying is like, as a person, I can be destroyed, but as a symbol, I can be forever. I can be everlasting. I can be, and it's like, yeah, you could say, oh, what an egotist, whatever, but it's like, that's also Batman. That's the character. He's always going to be around. And it's like, I don't know, it's almost like a tribute to stories and characters and stuff we always look to for inspiration, So I really, really like that scene.
I know, guys, thank you for the 50 bits. People are split on a screen cap for the trailer of Doctor Strange. Some people think it's Tom Cruise, while others think it's Maria Rambeau's Captain Marvel. And that's why I don't depend on YouTube videos of screen caps of trailers to tell me what's happening in a movie. Tom Hanks versus Captain Marvel is 2 very different things.
Wait, is it? Oh, it's a Tom. I think it's Tom Cruise.
Tom Cruise. Sorry, I did. Yeah, I misspoke the second time. I apologize.
I mean, okay, look, for people that like to do that, have fun.
Have fun.
I mean, it's like
whatever.
I used to do that when I was younger and stuff. But I mean, now it's like I just like
I'll see it,
movie not knowing what I'm gonna expect. Yeah, I'm already gonna see it, so I'm kind of like, okay, I don't mind seeing. I'll watch I know some people don't even like watch the trailers because they want to be surprised, and it's like fair enough. Like I'll at least watch the trailers, but yeah, like the trailer itself has to be like really well put together in order for me to watch it again. You know what I mean? Like the editing's got to be great, the music's got to be great. But yeah, I usually watch it once, and then be like, oh, okay, well, I'll see there. I won't see that.
Adam Grunther, thank you for the 50 bits. With Peacemaker's show being good enough to get a season 2, are there any members of the Suicide Squad that you would want to see get their own show? Maybe Ratcatcher.
You took it. I was gonna say that. Honestly, because the movie wasn't that bad, I wouldn't mind like a Harley. I was gonna say Harley Quinn show, but she got it. What the fuck?
She's got the animated one, and the animated one is amazing.
Okay, so, dummy me. Yeah, I'll probably say that though. It's a Ratcatcher 2. Is that her name?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah. I think that'd be cool.
Danny R, thank you for the 50 bits. Hudson Hawk is on Netflix. Just watched it again. The villains are so fun in that movie. I hope you review it soon.
That's another one I saw when I was really, really young, and I didn't know what to think of it. That's another people have extreme thoughts about it. They either love it or hate it, which I usually love seeing movies like that. So I should watch the whole thing. Knowing it's on Netflix, I probably will at some point.
Matt Hanna, thank you for the 50 bits. Without the chipmunk voices, it's just not Chip and Dale. It's like Donald Duck without his duck voice.
I mean, but is the whole thing Chip and Dale at all? You know what I mean?
Yeah.
That's kind of, it's like, is adaptation really an adaptation of that book about flowers? You know what I mean? It technically is, but it's really not. So that's why I'm curious to see what they do with it. Though you do hit on something. I think those scenes would have been funnier with the Chip and Dale voices if they were sped up and everything. I think you do bring up a really good point there.
Adam Grunther, thank you for the 50 bits. Overall, how would you rank the 3 Kingdom Hearts games?
Probably 2, 3, 1.
Same.
Yeah. I'm going by gameplay mostly, but in terms of the stories, because like I said, I had to jump around and stuff like that. But yeah, I think I'd go in that order.
Zell Mirren, thank you for the 100 bits. Doug, can you please do Zathura / Jumanji and Jimmy Neutron Boy Genius? I am dying for those. Please, Doug.
Yeah, I never did see Zathura. I never did see Jimmy Neutron either, actually. I probably should, because that blew up too. And Jumanji, I don't know. I don't know what I'd have to say about it, because I really liked the book growing up, the picture book. I loved it. And then when I saw the movie, I'm like, this is okay. And I just feel like that's what I'm going to say throughout the whole thing. Like, this is okay. So we'll see about Jimmy Neutron, because I know that really blew up, and I'd be curious to see what it was about that became such a big hit.
Talkative Carl, thank you for the 50 bits. Do you guys think commercials these days aren't as creative as they used to be? Like the Super Bowl commercials seem packed with celebrities. It feels like as long as they have a celebrity in it with their product, they can half-ass the commercial.
I mean, that's literally what I said. Yeah, like maybe 20 minutes ago here. Yeah, I feel like, and I don't mean to blame Britney. She's just, doing her thing. But I feel like it started when she did the Pepsi commercial, because that's when I became aware. I'm like, well, that wasn't funny. And then like another one came on like that. I'm like, well, that wasn't funny either. And I just remember thinking to myself, why are they not being funny now? And then some other funny ones would come on and be like, oh, that's great. But every year it kind of went more that route. So yeah, and there was really some amazing comedic writing in those older commercials. So yeah, one of these days I'll make a video about it, but I always forget, because it's always around this time. And I'm like, ooh, Super Bowl. And then I forget to do the video.
Doug, leave Britney alone!
I know. Oh, God. I thought I was going back with the Britney commercial. Yeah, now you're really going back. Hey, that guy might be a hero now with the whole free Britney thing.
Right. Antari, thank you for the 100 bits. Doug, I would appreciate if you did Disney-Cember reviews for each season of new shows still going. I respect you waiting until a series has ran its course to talk about it, but shows like Loki, The Mandalorian, and even Boba Fett are too fascinating for you to wait years to discuss.
I did talk a little bit about Mandalorian, because I thought that was so different. So are they doing another Boba Fett show, or is it
I do not know if
season?
there's another season of Boba Fett, to be honest with you.
Yeah, if they don't do a season 2, I'll do that this year, because I can talk about that pretty easily. But yeah, I want to wait, unless there's something where I'm just like, ooh, I gotta talk about this now kind of thing. It's best to wait.
Loscade, thank you for the 1,000 bits. Appreciate that. So I don't really have a question, but I've been following you since around 2009, and man, it's insane how you were able to still be this funny. It's crazy, man. I'm still laughing my ass off after all these years. Thanks a lot, and on to the next years.
Oh shit! Thank you so much. That's so kind of you.
It's very nice. Thank you. Antari, thank you for the 100 bits. Doug, can we get a clue to next week's NC, no matter how tiny?
It is an art Disney film. It's three. It's funny. It's 3 Disney films in a row now. But seeing how I'm gonna have like 5 Warner Brothers films, I think that probably equals out. I'll say it's a Disney film and it's a freak show cinema. They're your guesses or your clues.
Adam Grunther, thank you for the 50 bits. It's rumored that the plot of Rescue Rangers movie has Chip and Dale looking for Gadget, who has gone missing, with how Monty's in a cheese rehab for cartoon mice. How much you want to bet that she is leading that real-life cult that worships her? Yes, Gadget the cartoon mouse has her own cult in real life. Look it up. It's a real fucking thing.
I heard about it here. Oh my god, that would be amazing if that's the route they went. Well, if they do that, they have to do like a nod to the Nintendo game, because wasn't that like the plot to the Nintendo game? Like work that in there too. That would be very funny. Oh my god, how crazy would it be? Conspiracy theory time. What if that whole cult was just promotion for this show? I'm saying it right here.
Wow,
right
Doug.
now, man. How long does it take to make these shows? I think they're like, well, we just said there's a cult. And of course, people be like, what? That's crazy. We'll just hire some actors or some college kids. I don't know. Take some pictures, make some websites. It's all going to be building up to this show. I don't know, man. I'm just saying. I don't even know if they're going to do that in the show, but that'd be the greatest show on earth if that's what they did. They could show me absolute shit, and I'd be like, oh my God, that's amazing you did that.
Sailor Aaron, thank you for the 200 bits. Also, my pa is turning 87 on Sunday. My cousin Caitlin is turning 24 on the same day. Cool. Talkative Carl, thank you for the 50 bits. Let me get this straight. Tamra Potter uses magic and she's a hero, but when Scarlet Heather uses magic, she's a villain? That doesn't seem fair.
Life's not fair.
Zelmarin, thank you for the 50 bits. Ever thought of doing Bride/Seed of Chucky?
I saw them. Well, actually, did I see Seed? I never did see Seed of Chucky. I saw Bride. It is what it is. I don't think I could say much about it. It sounds weird. I know I did some reviews on them and stuff. I never got that into the Child's Play movies. It's really more just Brad Dourif as Chucky that makes me go, oh, that's kind of fun, because his voice is great and that's a great actor. But yeah, I never got into the movies that much.
Favre of Films, thank you for the 100 bits. Anyone find it funny that James Gunn now has Body Snatchers trilogy? It must have had a big impression on him as a kid.
Has Body Snatchers trilogy?
Apparently.
Oh, I don't follow. I'm sorry. Like he has a collection of it, or his movies are like that. I'm not sure. I'm not sure what that means. I'm sorry.
I don't know. Godzilla fan, thank you for the 50 bits. How can Cena be a lawyer? He's never gonna be there. You can't see him.
They'll just throw the case. Well, that's perfect. One can't talk, one can't see, so it works out perfectly.
Mumrar, thank you for the 50 bits. The synopsis for the Chip 'n Dale movie says their friend gets kidnapped. Don't see much of Gadget in modern times in the trailer. Do you think Disney will really go so far as meta by having the Russian religious group be the people that take her? Andre has also theorized this.
I'm hoping. I just didn't even think of that until that was brought up. I'm just really hoping this was like from day one when they did this cult thing. It was all for this. That'd be phenomenal. Realistically, if I had to guess, it's probably going to be an homage to the Nintendo game. And it's probably going to be something where it's like she's not really kidnapped. She's like trying to trick them so that they'll come together and make amends or something like that. That's usually the route these go. But I don't know. I'm hoping it's the cult. Because she's in a cult too. There's an episode where she joins a cult too. So it's so weird. Like all these weird pieces coming together.
Favre of Films is specifying that they were just saying that James Gunn has like a common trope in his work with the Body Snatchers.
Oh, okay. Oh, just with like people being like taken over and stuff like that, the bodies being taken over. Gotcha. Yeah, I don't know. There's, some elements of horror just fascinate some people. I guess that's what fascinates him, like just your body being taken over.
Adam Grunther, thank you for the 50 bits. Who is more obnoxious, Pauly Shore or Tom Green?
Uh, well, okay, we're going by on-screen personalities because I did both the people seem very nice. I don't want to diss them. Hmm. I mean, okay, you know what? I gotta say Tom Green because that's what he was going for. And when you see like Freddy Got Fingered, it's like it almost seems insulting not giving him that honor. Like he tried so hard to be that. So yeah, I gotta say Tom Green because I think that was always the idea.
Turtle Power, thank you for the 50 bits. Hi, Doug. I'm looking forward to your Batman Begins review. I've always felt it was kind of underrated. It has my favorite post-2000s Gotham in a movie, almost entirely built in a Zeppelin hangar in the UK. No joke.
Really? Cause I know they shot parts of it in Chicago.
I was going to say, when it wasn't Chicago.
Yeah,
Maybe.
and I know they shot a lot of Dark Knight in Chicago. But yeah, I like it. I say it's an absolutely phenomenal. I say Batman Begins is a phenomenal movie until Batman Begins. That just becomes good. Like it weirdly isn't as good when he becomes Batman. But yeah, everything building up to it, I think, is like perfection.
Godzilla fan, thank you for the 50 bits. What review have you reviewed, not as the NC, did you want to spoil? I don't know if I understand.
You're drinking, but I want some.
Yeah, let me try again. What review have you reviewed, not as the NC, do you want to spoil? Did you want to spoil?
I'll have what you're having, man. I'm sorry.
Yeah. Sailor Aaron, thank you for the 200 bits. Doug, will you ever do a top 11 best worst Legend of Korra episodes since you did your 11 worst best Avatar episodes?
I mean, unless I get like one of the stars of it, I said, let's get Dante again. But I mean, that's one of the reasons we did is we wanted to do something with Dante, and we're like, oh well, you know, people like Avatar, and God, how cool would it be to see him actually as like Zuko? Because I know people really want to see him in the movie and stuff. So that's one of the reasons we did that. But with Korra, it's been so long, I'd have to go back and watch like all of them again, and I just don't have time for that. I'm sorry. I do like the show though.
Okay. Sorry, I've been looking at chat. They're saying like, oh, I think he means as they say I meant as a regular Doug review, but I guess I still don't understand the context of the question, Godzilla fan. What review have you reviewed did you want to spoil? I still don't understand. I'm sorry, buddy.
Yeah, okay, hold on. What they could be talking about, because sometimes I like review like my own like sort of mini movies or reviews themselves and stuff like that. Maybe that's what they're talking about as like the NC. So like one to go back and like review again. Maybe if that's it. I've always talked about I love to go back and do like maybe the first 5 or 6 episodes again, just to go into more detail, because back then YouTube could only allow like 10-minute videos. So I love to go back and do like, you know, whatever, like Space Jam or Mario Brothers or the Ninja Turtle movies again, because I love to go into more detail about them. And maybe I will. I was always talking about theme month, but maybe it'd just be fun to do like a section like Freak Show Cinema. It'd just be like a review, something like that, some sort of weird thing like that.
Zelmarin, thank you for the 50 bits. NC suggestion, Josie and the Pussycats 2001.
I got it on the list. I've never seen it. I hear a lot of people say it's better than it looks. And that's actually pretty smart. But like, it's another one of those where like the commentary they're talking about, they kind of go against it. They're talking about being taken over by corporate sponsors, but there's like corporate ads everywhere in the movie. But I haven't seen it. And honestly, just hearing it's smarter than it looks, I'm like, Josie and the Pussycats? All right, I'm curious.
Adam Grunther, thank you for the 50 bits. Do you guys think rotoscope is a form of animation that could ever be used today without it seeming weird?
So here's what I've been realizing, because I've been asking, why does like Ralph Bakshi rotoscope not bother me, but something like Polar Express does, you know, with like motion capture and stuff. And I think what it is that CG is still trying to look for the most part realistic. And so you can look and be like, wow, I didn't know that wasn't a real person. Aha, it's CG, it's animation. Where with a hand-drawn rotoscope, and I do mean hand-drawn, where it's a line over the thing. I feel like you're taking the essence of a person and you're deciding what part of that person should be represented just in this line. This line is going to capture this person. It's going to capture the movement. It's going to capture the look, but it's still going to be otherworldly. You're capturing the essence of that person in a very simple form, just a line, where I feel like you can't do that with CG. Because you're always going to be focusing on the textures and how smooth it is and how real it looks. But with a hand drawn, you don't have to do that. And I feel like you get the essence of that person more because it doesn't have to look 3D. It's the opposite. It has to look flat. It has to look like a line is representing it. So I think that's why I gravitate more towards that. And rotoscope in terms of hand drawn doesn't bother me.
Talkative Carl, thank you for the 50 bits. Did you guys know that James Gunn was one of the first directors of the first live-action Scooby-Doo movies before the studio went with someone else? There's a slightly gritty James Gunn Scooby-Doo movie sitting somewhere. I've heard
about that. Yeah, and I know that the script was supposed to be an R-rated movie. And it's a shame. You know what? He was ahead of his time. That would fly great now. Although I don't know if Hanna-Barbera would ever let that fly. But that idea would totally fit in now, and I think people would love it. But yeah, it's a shame it went the direction it did because those are not very good movies.
Cameron Blythe, thank you for the 50 bits. Hi, Doug and Heather. Could I recommend a show for Disney-cember? 101 Dalmatian Street. It's aimed at a younger audience, but I still find it charming.
We'll see. I think I remember that being on when I was in high school. And you're right. It seems like it's for a really younger audience. I don't know if I have the patience for it. Maybe I'll try an episode at one point just to see if maybe it'll grab me now that I'm older, but it's unlikely.
Turtle Power, thank you for the 50 bits. Hey Doug, have you ever thought about reviewing Clifford? It's a Martin Short movie that was shot as an R, sat on the shelf for a few years, and was then reshot and re-edited into a PG.
Yeah, Brad reviewed it. I think he did a really good job of it because people have asked for that for a while. And I remember, and I'm just like, I just don't know what I say about it. It's so strange. And I always would have it on the list and be like, next time, man, next time. And then he did it. And I feel like he said everything that I wanted to say or didn't know I wanted to say. So watch his review of that. I think it does a much better, he does a much better job than I could.
See you guys. Thank you for the 50 bits. Fucking Twitch. Great.
Fucking
Adam
Twitch.
Grunther, thank you for the 50 bits. Which Disney World and Kingdom Hearts would you want to see the most in a future game? This can include Marvel, Star Wars, Fox, Muppets, etc.
Fox, oh my god. Get Alien in there or something like that.
I still think a lot of the more modern Pixar ones, so an actual Ratatouille world, or WALL-E, or Coco, or I could even see Encanto working well.
For a game? I mean, going around that house, moving around and stuff, or even using the magic to move the house? Yeah, that or Raya, because I think those landscapes would be very cool to move around. And I don't know, with Coco, I feel like, do we even need to recommend that? They're just gonna do it. They already made a VR game out of it. They already have I think the models already set up, I'm sure. So yeah, I don't even think we need to recommend that.
Adam Gunther, thank you for the 50 bits. Who is your favorite Futurama character, and why is it Zoidberg?
I do love Zoidberg. Yeah, I think it might be, actually.
Oh, I love Leela.
Yeah, I think Zoidberg, there's just something so... You know what it is? He reminds me of Chester. There's kind of this sad tragedy to him, but he's always so optimistic. He'll just cheer any tiny little thing. Did somebody say a free meal? He just will be so sad, but then he can just switch on a dime and he can be so happy by the tiniest thing. So yeah, I think I'll say Zoidberg.
Cameron Blythe, thank you for the 50 bits. Could we possibly see Doug play the Crash Insane trilogy on PS4 at some point?
I don't think I've ever played a Crash game, actually.
I haven't.
We'll see what happens.
TDI Charlie Brown, thank you for the 50 bits. Can you recall the exact moment you realized you could make a living doing this? And what led up to that realization?
When I got paychecks. I mean, that was the thing. So when I started this, I really was just doing it for fun. At the time, I don't think anyone was making a living at it. And yeah, and I got a fan base. I got a lot of people watching, and I just knew I'm like, I gotta hold on to these people. I don't know what I'm gonna do with them yet. Like how I can turn this into money, or if I even can. But I'm like, it's just important to hold on to these people. So I kept putting out videos. And again, I legit like I love doing the 5-second movies. I love doing Nostalgia Critic and stuff like that. And yeah, no, it was great because eventually put together a business plan, and we went to Blip. And I helped us out because we kept getting kicked off of YouTube. And eventually it worked out because we were going through Blip, and then YouTube finally started paying out for views as well. And they got nicer. I wouldn't say nice, but nicer when it came to copyright claims and fair use and stuff. So yeah, I mean, I guess the short answer, like I said, is just when you start getting paychecks.
Zell Marin, thank you for the 50 bits. Suggestion for Dark Toons, Angelica's Nightmare from Rugrats and Raggedy Android, and its sequel episode from My Life as a Teenage Robot.
I got them on the list because people have recommended it. I will give a heads up. I mean, I haven't done a Dark Toons in a while. We're going to try and do stuff a little bit more like review based in terms of like modern movies as well. So we'll see how that goes. And I'm also, I hate to say it, I'm getting a little Dark Toons out. I think I'm finally like, okay, like I like watching these. I really do, but it was starting to wear on me a little bit. So I don't know, but it might come back again. I might just be like, yeah, let's get back doing this once more. But yeah, it's been a hot minute.
See you guys, thank you for the 50 bits. Anyway, there's a word Billy Butcher loves. The reason he throws it around so much is because down here, it is used as an affectionate insult between friends. Also, of course, an actual insult, but its impact doesn't have the same effect as the States. That's for sure. Sure.
Yeah, no, in was it Shaun of the Dead? I think when Tamara first saw that movie, because like it opens, I think like with that word, and she was like, "Whoa!" And like I think somebody told it's a little different down there the way they use it. So yeah, just different. I hear Shagged, I guess, in they had to change the title to Austin Powers: The Spy Who Shagged Me because that's like a really bad word in Britain apparently, so they had to change it. So just different cultures.
General Kenobi, thank you for the 50 bits. If you guys could erase one movie or series from your memory and watch it again with fresh eyes, what would it be? For me, it would be Star Wars. If just for the I am your father bit.
Oh, you mean like to experience something again?
Yeah, to experience it again.
Man. Well, so much of it is experience it with people, I think. And when you bring somebody to something who hasn't seen it yet, you do get to relive it again. So I don't know. I wouldn't need to do that. That's one of the reasons I saw Jurassic Park, I think, like 11 times in the theater. It's the most times I ever saw a movie. Because there was always somebody who hadn't seen it yet. And I loved just hearing the crowd react to it because nobody has seen anything like that. Nobody saw Close Calls like that or monsters look that real. So after a while, I just kind of stopped watching the movie and I would turn around, look at the audience and see them jump and see them scream because I knew when it was coming. So I feel like you do that whenever you take somebody who hasn't seen it, to a film.
Godzilla fan, thank you for the 50 bits. CW, teens can play teens, but what are we going to do with all these 40-year-olds?
Parents.
DCL Coda, thank you for the 50 bits. Doug, if you get around to Tick Tick Boom, you might want to consult with Heather on a particular diner scene. She knows which one I'm sure. I do. I know what you mean.
I did see it. And I liked it. Yeah. Okay, I guess I have a question about the diner scene. Is that an homage to Sunday in the Park with George?
I'm not positive.
Because it turns into dots at the end. And you see him watching Sunday in the Park with George. So I was like, I'm pretty sure they're paying homage to that. But
there's also a lot of like staples of Broadway, like actors.
And people, yeah. I'll be auditioning for Deuteronomy and stuff like that. Yeah. No, I thought it was pretty good. I will say at the beginning, I'm like, I don't know if I'm going to like this.
No, Doug, no!
No, because, Andrew Garfield, and I'm sure the guy is like that, and it's based on a stage show and everything, but just Garfield's big whimsical eyes, and he just comes out. He's like, let me tell you about my life. I'm like, oh no, I don't know if I'll be able to do this, but I like that because then as like reality sits in more, and the dreams are kind of being crushed and stuff like that. Like he plays it a little bit more realistic, even though it's still a musical. So whether that was intentional or not, I feel like that really works. And God, that dude is acting his ass off in like every second of that film. I mean, you can just tell
He's
he is
so
just
good.
like throwing his all into like every moment. So yeah, I did like it, but it did take a little warming up too.
We're gonna have to speed up a little bit. We're an hour behind. J Red Show, thank you for the 100 bits. Request for fanscription. Star Wars without the I am your father twist. Rewrite the end of Empire Strikes Back and Return of the Jedi and maybe the prequels and sequels, but change the story so that either Obi-Wan killed Luke's father like what they originally planned, or Darth Vader literally betrays and murders Luke's father.
That'd be interesting.
That
Yeah,
could
I'll
be
pass that on to
interesting.
Walter. Yeah.
Yeah. CM Sully, thank you for the 100 bits. I also have a 2-for-1 combo for both a game and a newly released Netflix series, Cuphead. I'd be really curious to hear your thoughts on both.
I mean, I like the game. We played a little bit here
Yeah.
on Twitch. I have not. The show's not out yet, right?
It is. It is.
Oh, it is. Oh shit!
Yeah.
I gotta watch that. Again, That's another goddamn show I gotta watch.
I do
okay,
too. I gotta watch it.
I'll try to watch that too.
Adam Gunther, thank you for the 50 bits. How would you rank the 4 Disney Plus Marvel shows?
Loki. Shit, what are the other ones? Oh, I haven't seen Hawkeye. So Loki, Captain Winter Soldier, WandaVision, and Hawkeye only because I haven't seen it yet.
Zell Mirren, thank you for the 50 bits. NC suggestion, The Shadow, starring Alec Baldwin.
I got it on the list. That's another one I haven't seen since it came out. So, so some of those jokes might be a little too easy. I don't know. Maybe I should wait on that.
See you guys. Thank you for the 50 bits. Doug, I think I found a positive about Garbage Pail Kids movie. The main kid has gone on to lead a very successful acting career. The movie was his first time on screen, so he may not have pursued acting if not for the Garbage Pail Kids.
Oh, no shit. Good for him. I love it when somebody can be in something and that like a lot of people don't like, but then they have a great career after that. I love that. That's awesome.
Turtle Power, thank you for the 50 bits. Hi, Doug. I recently realized that another reason why Disney keep making so many safe bets in theaters is that they want to invest as much money as possible into streaming, because they fund stuff like The Great, What We Do in the Shadows, Only Murders in the Building, etc. What do you think?
I guess they are like, yeah, Fox and Hulu and stuff.
Yeah, they do own Hulu.
I mean, I love all those shows, so yeah, I'm okay with that.
CDI Charlie Brown, thank you for the 50 bits. Any chance the Netflix Marvel shows will get the Disney-December treatment?
I haven't watched them all yet. I don't think I've seen all of any of them, sadly. And maybe Jessica Jones, because that one at least I can finish, because I think, like 3 episodes into season 2, and that's only 2 seasons. Or Luke Cage, too, because that's only 1 season. I'll try my best. It's not a bad idea.
CM Sully, thank you for the 50 bits. To continue my previous statement, Cuphead was inspired by Fleischer era cartoons, so I think you might enjoy the visuals. Gameplay might be a different story, though, due to the notorious difficulty.
Yeah, we did try it, and I loved the animation and imagination as well. But it was hard as shit, man.
Adam Grunther, thank you for the 50 bits. Have you ever seen Daredevil Season 3? And if so, what are your thoughts? It's easily the best TV season from any Marvel TV show. It makes Bullseye of all characters terrifying. Definitely worth checking out if you haven't seen it.
I haven't even seen season 2. I got behind on that. Sorry, man.
It's good.
I hear it's great.
Adam Grunther, thank you for the 50 bits. What was your favorite clipless review to film?
To film? I'm trying to think of, like, what one was like a lot of fun to do. I guess maybe Mad Max, because even though it was a lot of work, it was pretty cool, like finding shots and making it look a little bit more cinematic. But it was a lot of work.
The Chipmunks review was a lot of fun to film too.
No, that's technically not clipless, but that scene was
the
clipless.
song, yeah.
Yeah, and that also was a lot of work, yeah.
Sailor Aaron, thank you for the 100 bits. Oh, Heather, The Marvelous Miss Maisel season 4 is coming, I believe, this week. It is! I'm excited. Are you excited? I certainly am. Just add it to the list of a million things I need to watch, but I'm very excited and will prioritize it.
Yeah, that's another thing. Oh, and then there's that Vox show, too, you said was so good. It's like, there's too much. It's too much.
Zell Marin, thank you for the 50 bits. Ever doing the SpongeBob movies?
I couldn't get into them, to say that, but not to say there aren't some really funny things in them. But I don't think because I wasn't raised on it, and I don't think I'd be able to say enough about it. Whether this is good for the fan base or it's not, whatever. So probably not.
Adam Gunther, thank you for the 50 bits. Fun fact, in the original script for the canceled fifth Batman movie after Batman and Robin, the villain was going to be Scarecrow and he was going to be played by Coolio. Do you think that could have worked?
I always heard it was Howard Stern. Though I thought I heard that too, Coolio. I mean, if it's Schumacher, and I love that dude, but that wouldn't have worked.
Chorus, thank you for the 50 bits. Doug, I have to say I'm sorry you think Kanan, Rebels, is a boring character. He's actually wise despite his limited experience. Like, he didn't know all the answers for everything, but always found a way to say the right thing to guide Ezra in the right direction. The relationship was great. He's also liked by many fans.
Maybe if, like, maybe if the interesting things he said were interesting, they just seem so generic to me. But again, I'm only on season 2. I started off kind of hating most of the characters, and they're all slowly growing on me. So maybe by the end, I'll be like, oh, what was I thinking? This guy's great.
Sailor Aaron, thank you for the 200 bits. Oh, Doug, will you review the movie Lilo and Stitch this year, preferably around summertime? This year will mark its 20th anniversary, and it's also one of my all-time favorite Disney movies.
20th anniversary? Maybe. I can definitely say stuff about that movie. Yeah, we'll see.
That Disney nerd, thank you for the 100 bits. What's your favorite sponsored skit? For me, it was when you were talking like a pirate in your Leap review. Ye laughing a couple of times cemented my love for that ad break.
I don't know. Maybe just the ones come into my head is the Hello Fellow Kids one, and I talk to another Hello Fellow Kids, like just me, and it ends with me crying somehow. They're all a blur, and I think that's how they should be. Yeah, all you should remember is the product, and then everything else you're just like, what the fuck was that?
Alexander, thank you for the 50 bits. Hi, Doug. This might sound a little silly, but I think my biggest concern for the upcoming Chip and Dale movie is whether or not David Tennant will come back to voice Scrooge McDuck. Even though it'll probably be just a cameo, I really love his portrayal and would love to see him come back for one last hurrah.
Yeah, that'd be cool. Yeah, because he was in that trailer. That's true. Yeah, we'll have to wait and see.
CM Sully, thank you for the 50 bits. Final question from me today. What are your thoughts on the show Gallivant? It had 2 seasons on ABC and ended on a massive cliffhanger that made it a crime it never got renewed.
Oh, I really liked it.
Yeah.
I thought it was very clever. The songs were very funny. I know it sounds weird because there's not a 3rd season, but it's like, I feel fortunate there were 2 seasons, because even at the beginning of the 2nd season, they're singing about how you're probably going to record it and forget you recorded and not watch it. So they're already kind of writing that, but I don't know. I'm just glad we got, the show at all.
Talkative Carl, thank you for the 50 bits. Doug, what are your thoughts about the page of Boba Fett? I mean, the pamphlet of Boba Fett? I mean, the book of Boba Fett?
I mean, I think you nailed it. I thought it was mostly dull, except for the Mandalorian stuff. And then the ending was okay. Yeah, that's about it.
Zell Mirren, thank you for the 50 bits. NC on Freaky Friday 2003, not 2013, Heather.
I don't know what I could say about it. It's funny. I liked it. I don't think I could get too much out of it.
I know, guys, thank you for the 50 bits. I'm not gonna lie, I would love to see a Lola Bunny movie with her personality from either the Looney Tunes show or the comics, but her design from Space Jam 2.
Yeah, well, and that design's not too far off from what they had in the new Looney Tunes show. Yeah, I thought she was very well. There is there's that there's a straight to DVD thing. What the fuck's it called? It's like Bunny Hop or I can't remember what the fuck it's called, but it's like kind of a spy espionage movie with Bugs and Lola. So there is, and she's the main character, so it is kind of out there.
General Kenobi, thank you for the 50 bits. What are your thoughts on Ezra's blaster lightsaber? The reason he built it like that is because he's not very good at deflecting blaster fire. I think it's pretty cool.
I thought that was very cool. Actually, the lightsabers in this are really, I love the Inquisitors ones that's been around and everything. Like, the lightsabers have been really cool in this show.
Turtle Power, thank you for the 50 bits. The actor who played the cop Joker shoots in Dark Knight, a Steppenwolf alum, said in an interview that he had to flown out first class to the UK to shoot that scene at the last minute because he did the exterior in Chicago, but the interior was the studio in London due to a scheduling error.
Oh, okay. I'm trying to remember the copy. There's so many people he kills in that, I forget. But no, that's interesting.
Yeah. Tapit, thank you for the 50 bits. Even more Rescue Rangers news. The entire series is now on Blu-ray for the first time ever, so if anyone doesn't have Disney Plus, there is another way to watch the original show.
It is weirdly gorgeous. They cleaned up the fuck out of this show. Like, I watched a little bit on Disney Plus of just like, oh my God, they just really went to work on this show and just made it look like all the colors and everything just pop and it's super clear. Just what a random show to do that treatment to. But yes, it does look very, very good.
Hello, Spaceman. Thank you for the 100 bits. Hi, Doug. Love everything you do. If I may suggest a movie for Nostalgia Critic that I don't believe you've done yet, I'd love to hear your critique of Angels in the Outfield.
I think I have that on the list because I've never seen that all the way through.
Oh, really?
It seems like it'd be pretty easy to make fun of. Just the idea in general, like all these people are gonna die in this country, but wait. His kid prayed for this baseball team to lose so he can be with his father. I could just stop, maybe his father would change his mind. But no, I'm going to like alter this baseball game and these poor players that work their asses off. And like, no, we're just going to make them lose now. I don't know. It seems like that'd be pretty easy to do.
Turtle Power, thank you for the 50 bits. The only reason why I care about the Dark Knight movies being shot in the UK is that the Arkham Asylum location was part of my cousin's university campus and I used to spend a bunch of time there as a kid. Lol.
Oh, cool. Yeah, the first Batman was shot in the UK as well. You see some of the spelling errors on some of the things there. Like they spell cream without an A.
It's not an error, Doug, just because you don't spell it that way.
Yeah, it is. Drive on the wrong side, too.
Adam Grunther, thank you for the 50 bits. Who is your favorite Gravity Falls character that is not Dipper, Mabel, Stan, Wendy, Ford, and Seuss?
Shit, I gotta go back to like the whole show. Go to the next one. I'm gonna look up Gravity Falls characters.
Godzilla fan, thank you for the 50 bits. If you review RoboCop, please bring up the fact that Louise is a terrible character or terrible partner.
I don't remember her being that bad. I haven't seen it in a while though either. I think what was that weird computer character, the dating sim in Gravity Falls? I think that character because that had some what's that Doki Doki? The hell's that game where it goes really psychotic?
Oh, Doki Doki Literature Club.
Yes. It had kind of that vibe going. I thought that was very funny.
Pat and Soa, thank you for the 50 bits. Heather, what do you think of Uncharted? I think with the story games being so great now, mainly because there's not that many, no movie will beat the game in quality, be just a bunch of Avatar movies instead of the series, Yeah, I'm gonna... What?
I'll say, you're right.
Darn it, I'm gonna see Uncharted at noon tomorrow, and I'm excited to go see it, but I'm actually kind of more excited that I'm just going to go see a movie casually with a friend than I am for Uncharted, if that makes
sense. Okay. See, with that, I think you're gonna like the movie fine.
I'm sure I will.
This is just, here's an adventure with all the most basic shit, but like some of the action's a little fun. The actors are being charming. So if you're just like, oh my God, I'm gonna see a movie again in the theater, this is a good one to see, honestly.
Smash Ultra, thank you for the 50 bits. If the Buzz Lightyear movie is coming out, will you review the cartoon version of Buzz Lightyear when Emperor Zurg is voiced by Wayne Knight?
I saw the little movie on it. I've seen some episodes, and I really liked it. I found it was the same people who did Kim Possible, which really makes sense. It's a similar sense of humor. I don't think I'm doing it this year. Maybe next year I might do that show because I did like it enough that I wanted to see the whole thing.
J-Red Show, thank you for the 100 bits. They're making a new Star Wars trilogy. Who do you think should be the villains? First Order remnants or brand new villains?
Brand new. First Order was pretty bland. Yeah, go with something new.
Also, not everything needs to be a Skywalker story, so just do something different. There's so many places in the galaxy. Go somewhere different, do something new. Power Gamer fan, thank you for the 50 bits. Any chance you could do an NC review of The Great Mouse Detective? It's one of my favorite Disney movies, and almost no one talks about it.
Maybe. I do like that movie. Yeah, that might be fun to do.
Turtle Power, thank you for the 50 bits. Have you ever thought about doing an editorial about the ethics of de-aging technology and bringing dead actors back for stuff? You've brought it up here and there, but I'd love to see a full editorial with your thoughts. When is it good? When is it bad? The way tech has changed.
Editorials don't get views, man. And for us, I mean, we have enough in the backlog. That's not a big deal. But like, we do need the sponsors, and we feel really bad if like they just get whatever, like 80K an episode or something. We're just like, oh, come on, they're paying good money to get views and stuff. So we're just like, we try to do something that we want to do, but also will satisfy them. Because again, they're paying a fair amount of money for this, and we want to give them their money's worth. It's not. You can do an editorial, man. Write an article about it. I think it'd be interesting.
Adam Gunther, thank you for the 50 bits. Which secondary antagonist from the Batman movies do you like more? Bob from Batman 1989 or Max Schreck from Batman Returns?
Oh, fuck. I mean, one's like like a main villain. I don't even think that counts. I'll still say Bob. Just love for Bob.
Noff Noff, thank you for the 100 bits. Want to say totes excite for a Dark Knight month, Doug, though I only request is, can you get throwback jokes to the demo reel Dark Knight videos?
I was thinking about it. Odd to see, because I'm gonna write Dark Knight Rises next week, and I'm like, maybe I'll do a little throwback. That might be funny.
Pat and Soa, thank you for the 50 bits. Kevin Conroy said that his performance in the animated series isn't Bruce Wayne masquerading as Batman, he is Batman masquerading as Bruce Wayne. Nowhere is that more shown than Mask of the Phantasm. Can't freaking wait for that review.
And the one episode where I remember they do that is like, they say, Mr. Wayne, you stay put in here. We're going to see what this disturbance is. And they close the door and he goes, stay put? I don't think so. And like, he just went to his normal voice, his normal Batman voice. And I'm like, oh my God, I never noticed what a difference there was between those two until I saw that scene. So yeah, I think that really proves it there.
Godzilla fan, thank you for the 50 bits. To Heather and Doug, between comedy, horror, action, and drama, which genre would you get rid of forever?
I mean, I don't want to get rid of them, but what are the choices again?
Comedy, horror, action, drama. I'm not a horror fan, so I would say bye horror, see you later.
Maybe drama, because horror can be like a version of drama, so I guess I'll go with that.
Talkative Carl, thank you for the 50 bits. Did you know on the Doctor Strange 2 poster, in one of the broken glasses, you can see Doug's face? So this confirms that the Nostalgia Critic is now in the MCU.
Shit, I didn't want to spoil it. They have me on a non-disclosure, but yes, it's out there. I'm in the Batman. I'm the guy getting beaten up, and I'm in the MCU now. So, it's a lot of tricky contracts because I'm not supposed to be in any of them.
DCL Coda, thank you for the 50 bits. This is about an Encanto in the Oscars. Only 2 songs can be submitted for Best Song, and they didn't want to risk splitting votes. The deadline was before anyone had seen the movie, so they chose the song that Lynn felt represented the spirit of the film. No one expected Bruno to be the breakout hit. Also, they also don't allow 3 songs to be nominated after Dreamgirls and Enchanted each lost their 3-song nominations.
Ah, okay. All right, so it's Lynn's fault. Ha! This is why Generation Z hates him. That's all the articles say. Okay, no, thank you, because I was wondering about that. That's really interesting.
Turtle Power, thank you for the 50 bits. I think Zathura rocks. It's a much better movie than Jumanji and it has a great mixture of practical effects and story. One of the characters is a robot that tries to kill one of the child protagonists and is voiced by Frank Oz.
Oh, that's cool. I hear it's good. I never have seen it. I should put it on at some point.
Jocks Cab, thank you for the 50 bits. I was wondering who Heather reminded me of, and I figured it out. Okay. I never know how to quite do this. They said Chris Crocker, that was the, leave Britney alone person, but they've now transitioned and are going by Kara Cunningham. But I figured if I told you Kara Cunningham, you would not understand the frame of reference. So that's their dead name, but they're now Kara Cunningham.
After you brought that kid up, I was just like, I wonder if he transitioned. That seemed like someone that would transition. So I was always kind of like, I haven't heard of her, whatever now, for a long, long time. So yeah, I was always like, yeah, where did Chris Crocker go? Now I know.
Now you know.
Or what's the name again?
Kara Cunningham. Kara, maybe? Kara
Cunningham. Gotcha. Yeah.
Turtle Power, thank you for the 50 bits. Does next week's involve some sort of hallway of heads, a gnome king, a flying sofa, and some shock therapy?
I don't know what you're talking about.
Talkative Carl, thank you for the 50 bits. Doug, to this day, the funniest commercial I've seen in the past couple of years is the Kendall Jenner solves racism with Pepsi commercial. As a black man, I thought this was the most unintentional, hilarious thing I've ever seen. I watched it a dozen times.
I watched it a few times. I think when that came out, we made a few jokes in our NC videos about it. Everyone was talking about it. It was so funny. I should probably put that in the commercial special. It's like, it's probably about time to, I can't decide. Do I wait a little bit more or not? I don't know. Because, yeah, it's very funny to talk about.
Strider for Life, thank you for the 100 bits. Did you see the Rescue Rangers movie trailer? And if so, your thoughts?
Looks crazy. I don't know what to think. Just crazy.
Cameron Blythe, thank you for the 50 bits. A very important question for both of you. Coke or Pepsi?
Coke.
I'm a Coke person.
All the way, man. Yeah. Pepsi's fine. My wife won't even touch Pepsi. Like before, like just sits down. It's like Coke or Pepsi. If it's Pepsi, she's like, oh, water.
Sailor Aaron, thank you for the 100 bits. Okay, what if the Rescue Rangers movie has the cola cult and the gadget cult in it together? What do you think of that?
Then the world will explode because that can't happen. That's too clever. It's too clever.
Queen Calypsant, thank you for the 50 bits. Have you ever seen a video called The Problem with Tarzan? It's from a channel called Sideways who analyzes music and films. He pretty much makes the same criticisms as you, but from a music theory perspective.
What? Somebody actually didn't think the Phil Collins songs fit that well in there? Hold on. Let me see. Problem with Tarzan?
Yeah, and it's by a channel called Sideways.
No. Looks like it doesn't need my views. It's doing fine. It has like 1.5 million views. No, it's nice not to feel alone because, I mean, everyone in the comments was very respectful. They're like, hey, I like Phil Collins. Here's what I like. And it's like, cool. I love my fans. I love they'll talk about it even if they disagree. But like, I don't think I swayed a person at all. I thought I would sway a couple. Be like, yeah, I never thought of it. But no, they all love Phil Collins. So it's nice. It's like, okay, there is somebody else out there that thinks that.
Turtle Power, thank you for the 50 bits. Batman Begins was 90% London, 10% Chicago. Dark Knight was 50% London, 50% Chicago. Dark Knight Rises was like a third LA, a third New York, and a third London.
I thought that was Philadelphia, was Dark Knight Rises. All right, shows what I know.
Adam Grunther, thank you for the 50 bits. Who was your favorite villain from the Suicide Squad that wasn't a member of the titular team? I mean, villains like Starro, Thinker, General Suarez, and President Luna. I liked the Thinker.
Yeah, that was pretty funny. I'll say that.
Turtle Power, thank you for the 50 bits. It's true, Doug. Look up Cardington Studios. It's an old Zeppelin hangar in England, and it's got about 500,000 square feet in total. They built whole city blocks of Gotham indoors. Look up Gotham City Rises 5-minute featurette on YouTube. It's honestly nuts.
Cool, that's right. Yeah, you can see the money in that movie, man. Yeah, it was crazy.
Turtle Power says, yes, sorry, messed up. It was Philly.
Okay.
Rises. DCL Coda, thank you for the 50 bits. They keep shooting Batman in Chicago while Nashville literally has the Batman building? Wouldn't it be hilarious to have the Batman building be Wayne Enterprises? Mr. Wayne, the company building is shaped like Batman. Bruce, yes, and?
Well, that's exactly why Batman wouldn't have that building, would he? It'd be too obvious.
Adam Grunther, thank you for the 50 bits. If you were given the opportunity to have one of the actors from Doom Patrol play their character on NC, who would you choose? Alan Tudyk as Mr. Nobody would be absolutely perfect, but I think Brendan Fraser as Cliff would also be really fun.
I mean, Brendan Fraser could do the anger better. Like I said, how many times has that guy said fuck and it always gets a laugh? So, yeah, probably him.
Jocks Cab, thank you for the 50 bits. What if James Gunn directed Scooby-Doo fanscription, anyone?
Well, I mean, you just got to go find the script, and I feel like you'd have it.
That's true. Talkative Carl, thank you for the 50 bits. Heather, what if in the Mario movie they cast Aubrey Plaza as Daisy? How would Aubrey Plaza announce her casting? Hey guys, I don't know if you heard about this Mario game thing, I guess, but I'm gonna be a princess in it. I've always wanted to be a princess. Great. I don't know.
You do that so well.
Nintendo Matt, thank you for the 50 bits. I'm pretty sure I'm not the first to ask, but your thoughts on the Lionsgate Pinocchio movie, and will this be seen in a future Nostalgia Critic episode?
It might, because I just saw that trailer last week, and it did legit make me laugh for how bad it was. So we'll have to see.
Sailor Aaron, thank you for the 100 bits. Doug, will you ever do a Chester A. Bum origin story? Since you did one for Santa Christ, I really like the origin story for Santa Christ.
It's not in the plans, but we'll see. I guess it would be kind of funny.
JC Film Student, thank you for the 50 bits. Would love to see you talk about Spider-Man Lotus, a nonprofit feature being released on YouTube this summer. It's going to be more drama than action-based, set after Gwen's death.
Is it like a continuation of Amazing Spider-Man? Is that what it is?
Spider-Man Lotus, I don't know.
Okay, well, here's a whole thing here. Cool, yeah, I'll look it up later.
Turtle Power, thank you for the 50 bits. What kind of thing do you like to do when you're creatively burnt out and need to restore your creative energies? I'm also a creator and I'd love to know how you tackle this very common problem.
Move, walk around, go for a walk. I mean, anytime I'm like writing and I can't think of a joke or something like that, I just walk around a bit, get a snack or something like that, play with the cats or something, and that usually does it.
Zell Mirren, thank you for the 50 bits. Suggestion for NC, Charlie and the Chocolate Factory.
I did an old versus new, and that's probably the best I could do, because I feel like that points out the flaws in that movie too.
Orlando Garcia, thank you for that 20-month subscription. Welcome back, appreciate that. Hooray, 20 months of unfiltered debauchery.
That's smart where that came from.
Talkative Carl, thank you for the 50 bits. Heather, did you know the detective who was Barry's father on The Flash used to work on at the same diner as John Larson? Oh, that's how he eventually got to start in acting with the movie Rent. I did not know that.
Oh, that's kind of neat.
That is a good fun fact.
Huh.
Orlando Garcia, thank you for the 100 bits. How's this for a jackass stunt? Hi, I'm Steve-O, and we've got all these empty pouches of Capri Sun. Basically, we're going to disrespect him and see what happens.
Well, we'll wait for the fifth one, I guess.
Zell Mirren, thank you for the 50 bits. NC suggestion, live-action Death Note movie. The Netflix one.
That just doesn't seem like a good idea. And we saw that director can do great stuff. He did Godzilla vs. Kong. Just the idea of doing that as a movie just doesn't seem like a smart move. So, yeah, I don't think you can save that.
Orlando Garcia, thank you for the 100 bits. What are your guys' favorite music videos? My personal favorites are the music videos for King Rat, Modest Mouse, The Pretender, Foo Fighters, Before I Forget, Slipknot, Just Radiohead, Divided by Zero / Slim Pickens, The Offspring, Thoughtless, Korn.
I'm trying to think of one that I watched over and over. I don't know if it counts, but I mean, honestly, The Smooth Criminal, that whole section is one of the most amazing things I've ever seen in my life. It's phenomenal. And if that doesn't count, Thriller.
Talkative Carl, thank you for the 50 bits. Doug, are there any Mike Myers movies that you really want to review? I think the Austin Powers films will be good.
Yeah, I was thinking about doing a section called When Blank Ruled the World, and talking about when when Twilight ruled the world, when it was such a big thing and now people don't talk about it anymore. And Austin Powers, I think, would be an interesting one to do. If I did that, that might be my first one, because nobody talks about Austin Powers, and it really was fucking everywhere. So it would be interesting to talk about why and what happened, and who's still talking about it and stuff. So yeah, maybe.
That Super Bowl commercial where they had the cast reunion for some of the Austin Power movies would like to talk to you. No, I'm just kidding.
Oh shit, I missed that. I didn't even see that. Was that this Super Bowl?
Yeah, there was one where it had
I missed that.
There was Mini-Me and yeah. I haven't even really seen those.
Mini-Me?
Not Mini-Me. I can't think of what his name is. Dr. Evil. My God, Dr. Evil.
I was gonna say, the digital technology they're doing now. Disrespect.
There was. Yeah, sorry, my bad. Yeah, it was an electric car ad. Yeah, Seth. Yeah.
Oh, okay. Oh, I gotta check that out.
Griffin Hart, thank you for the 100 bits. Hey, Doug, love your work. Wanted to mention there's an old kid show from the 80s called Star Street. Think the Smurfs in space and based on constellations. Also features the guy who played Buster Bunny in Tiny Toons providing voices.
Okay. Yeah, it's not ringing the bell. Sometimes if I see it, I've never seen it. Oh, I like Where They Live. That's really cool. Okay, yeah, maybe I'll check it out. Looks very 80s.
Zell Mirren, thank you for the 50 bits. NC suggestion, Dolls 1987.
I'm trying to think if I saw that one Wait, 1980. Oh, 87. Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't think I saw that one. Yeah, I remember the cover, but I've never seen the movie. Ooh, looks like fun. I'll try to check it out.
Orlando Garcia, thank you for the 100 bits. Doug, Heather, have you guys ever seen pictures of biblically accurate angels? And if you haven't, be very afraid. If you already have, continue being afraid.
You know, it sounds familiar, but I don't think I have.
Oh yeah, they are like indescribable. It's insane. I'm surprised you haven't, Doug. It's a very Catholic thing to every now and then see those biblically accurate angels. They're like almost like I don't want to say monsters, but they're very scary.
Also, I just type in bib, and the first thing that pops up is biblically accurate angels. Okay. I don't think I've seen the scary one yet, but they look cool. It looks like just a bunch of wings together, like an eye or something. That's about it. All right, I gotta look it up more. I'm sure there's scarier shit.
DCL Coda, thank you for the 50 bits. In regards to Tick Tick Boom's diner scene, it is an homage to Sunday in the Park with George. The song is a parody of the show's Act 1 finale. The patrons are Broadway legends, past and present. One of them is a former Phantom. He's originally going to be on the roof of the diner at the end of the song.
I was gonna say there's a couple in there I did recognize, but because I'm not a Broadway guy, I'm like, you know, I was saying to myself, oh, I know that person, that person. I'm like, there's probably more in here that I don't recognize.
Strider for Life, thank you for the 50 bits. Here's an idea for a Knight Rider movie reboot. Chris Pratt as Michael Knight, Chloe Bennett as Bonnie, and Morgan Freeman as Denzel Washington as Devin.
Sure, I'm sure they're already making it.
Hermit Wazowski, thank you for the 50 bits. Speaking of Doki Doki Literature Club, do you think you'd be up for streaming one of those goofy dating sims in between Disney games, sometimes just for shits and giggles?
Maybe. I feel like I'd be bored by it, but I could be wrong. Maybe you could get some great material from it.
Some of them are fun and short if you wanted to play like the KFC dating sim.
Oh, that's right. I forgot about that.
It's very short and super off the rails.
That might be fun.
Zel Mirren, thank you for the 50 bits. NC suggestion, Monster House.
I don't know if I could say much. Like, I liked it fine. It's good, but I don't think I could, like, fill up enough for, like, a whole review. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Orlando Garcia, thank you for the 100 bits. Heather, Doug, what's your favorite video game bestiary? FYI, a bestiary is a fancy way of saying enemy index. For example, Super Mario consists of Goombas, Koopas, Piranha Plant.
Gotcha.
Donkey Kong's is Critters, Zingers, Neckies.
I think it's gotta be Castlevania. I mean, not only do you have these cool monsters, but you have, like, the monsters. You have, like, the Mummy and the Frankenstein monster, Medusa. Medusa always looks awesome. And Dracula, so yeah.
Cat and Soa, thank you for the 50 bits. Don't think I have to ask, but we'll just hear the name I want to hear. Whose voice do you want to hear when you read a comic of Batman and the Joker?
The animated series.
Yeah.
I can't not hear those voices.
Yeah, same. Talkative Carl, thank you for the 50 bits. The first time I got the impression Batman might be a little nuts was Batman the Animated Series. When Batman answers the phone with his Bruce Wayne voice, the way he can switch it on and off effortlessly was disturbing.
Yeah, I love that. No, it's funny because I'm writing the one for the original Batman, and I was saying that whole movie, like why it's so great, can be summed up just when Nicholson meets Keaton for the first time, and the Batman outfit just goes, "Nice outfit." And he just kind of smiles back. I'm like, that just gets across their characters right away. Just those two smiles. I'm like, I know what these people are about. I got them. I got exactly what they're about. They barely had to say a thing.
General Kenobi, thank you for the 50 bits. Did you start watching YouTube before or after you were married? If before, did you start doing? Sorry, did you start doing YouTube before or after you were married? If before, what did she say when you told her you make money on YouTube? If after, what did she say when you said, I'm quitting my job and making a fool of myself on YouTube?
Well, she was used to be making a fool of myself. No, we started going out close to when I started doing Nostalgia Critic on YouTube, but I was only like maybe 3 episodes in, something like that. So it was nice. I wasn't like a name yet. I was really more known for like the 5-second movies and stuff. I mean, she thought it was odd, but she's like, okay, I mean, seems talented, seems fine at it. Cool. You know, I mean, she was fine with it. Yeah, she still doesn't get that big into YouTube or anything like that. And I'm kind of thankful because that means we have that separation. There's not really much talking about work. Yeah, it's kind of nice that when we get together, it's just about us. It's not about like the job. You know what I mean?
Yeah, totally. Sailor Aaron, thank you for the 100 bits. Zathura also has Kristen Stewart, Bella from Twilight movies, as the older sister. She is fine in the movie, and I love her in the movie Speak. Will you bring the Twilight joke box back like you did with Taylor Lautner in Shark Boy and Lava Girl Review?
Oh, maybe. Yeah, she was in a Panic Room as well. I love it when those actors go on, like I said, just go on to something that's beyond the stuff that they're known for and everybody hated them for and stuff like that. Because now she's acting great. Pattinson's Batman, the kid who played Jacob, has been all sorts of great stuff. Has been hilarious. So I love that. I love when they can move on to other stuff like that.
Horace, thank you for the 50 bits. Doug, I hope you do a Tarzan series at Disney December this year. It's great. It's still beyond me why Tarzan and Jane chose the worst episodes when they had crystals like dinosaurs, Queen LA, and Leo Lepartem's gem episodes.
Cool. I think I have the shows picked for this year, so it probably won't be this year, but maybe next year.
Adam Grunther, thank you for the 50 bits. What are your thoughts on Kiefer Sutherland, sorry, as an actor?
I do that too. It's tough. I think he's great. I can't think of anything he's been in that he's been bad in, you know what I mean? So yeah, I always think he's awesome.
Orlando Garcia, thank you for the 100 bits. What if the Nestle Crunch Kid became an apprentice to Macho Man Randy Savage? The kid would go like, "That's why I love Nestle Crunch." He bites a Crunch bar and several buildings cave in and Randy Savage says, "Not bad, kiddo, not bad."
That's why I love Nestle Crunch. Yeah, I want him to just play that kid.
Talkative Carl, thank you for the 50 bits. Before you sign off, I just wanted to say, Heather, you're breathtaking. You're breathtaking. Thank you.
As Macho Man, you're breathtaking.
No, I was trying to do the Keanu, you're breathtaking thing.
Is that what that's from?
Yeah, right.
From the movie Keanu, or did Keanu?
No. Keanu Reeves did it at a Cyberpunk event. Am I thinking of the wrong thing?
No, you're probably right.
Okay. General Kenobi, thank you for the 100 bits. Origin story for the bum. He's an alternative universe Doug Walker where YouTube did not work out and he just turned to drugs and saying every movie was the greatest movie that he's ever seen in his life.
Yeah, that'll be our Spider-Man No Way Home.
Okay, thank you, chat. Yes, they're confirming it was E3 for Cyberpunk. I'm like, am I wrong? I could be wrong. I'm often wrong on the internet, but... DCL Kodo, thank you for the 50 bits. Thinking of old versus new, maybe there could be one for West Side Story?
Maybe. We get a lot of copyright claims for music, though, so it's unlikely.
Adam Grunter, thank you for the 50 bits. Following No Way Home, what Marvel movie characters do you want to see make their debut in the MCU?
I want to see the X-Men redone, and I don't need any of the actors to come back. I'm cool with a fresh start.
Adam Grunter, thank you for the 50 bits. What are your thoughts on the Schwarzenegger movie Kindergarten Cop?
Oh, I like it. Yeah, I thought it was funny and refreshingly violent for a movie with a bunch of little kids. So yeah, I liked it.
Nintendo Matt, thank you for the 50 bits. Monster Prom is a good goofy dating sim and up to 4 people can play. I've played Monster Prom, it's fun.
Maybe. See what happens.
Zelmiran, thank you for the 50 bits. Do the 2017 MLP movie just to annoy bronies.
Oh, My Little Pony. I don't think I follow it enough. And again, I only want to talk about movie if I have like some interest or passion, and I just don't. The show was fine for what I saw. It never grabbed me.
You wouldn't do it for the lulz and the troll?
I guess not. Oh, no, I used to bring it up all the time because like views would just always go up. Like when it was at like its peak, I'd mention bronies for just anything. I knew almost nothing about the show.
Pat and thank you for the 100 bits. A true unsung hero of all Batman animated shows and movies is Andrea Romano. She was the casting director for all the animated series and Phantasm, etc. She required all the actors to do their lines in one room together to help get true reactions.
That's a person I would love to interview because she sounds so fascinating. I was talking to the woman who played Catwoman on that show, and she brought her up, and she said she was so good that when she was supposed to make a sound landing on top of a building, she went, oof. And she said, the building's taller than that. And it's like, whoa. Just what a detail. Everyone said she was just like the best in the business, and she's on all the best shows. So yeah, I would be fascinated to talk to her one day. That'd be really cool.
Zalmarin, thank you for the 50 bits. Are the Cars movies worthy of an NC?
Maybe 2. I can probably get some good stuff out of 2.
All right, and that was the last one, so we might have a couple of highlighted questions here.
All right.
R-Red says, I heard it'll have lots of dialogue, but Doug, do you think the characters in the upcoming Mario movie should have the same amount of dialogue they have in the games or not?
I mean, if you're getting those actors, I would hope they have more dialogue. That'd be kind of a funny troll move. They just go, woohoo! Like, that's it.
Yeah. Lord R. Wolfen says, I don't know why, but Doc Ock in the PS4 game looks like George Costanza to me. Was it the same for any of you?
It's he looks like a mix of that and Barry Sonnenfeld. For me, that's because I'm reading his autobiography right now, but he gave me kind of a Barry Sonnenfeld vibe.
Hyper Fanboy says, just to make sure, the amount of Walking Dead requests aren't turning you off to it, is it?
Well, stop and we'll find out.
Sailor Aaron says, I still love Ghost Pony Rider.
I remember that. Yeah, that was pretty cool. Yeah, that was a cool design.
Game Fan says, hi Heather and Doug, this one is for you, Doug. If you have time, will you watch and review Wander Over Yonder?
I've heard of that. I just have too much to watch, man. I don't know when I'll get around to it.
Hell10 asks if you've watched Last Night in Soho yet.
No, and that's another one I know is going to be... Oh, I didn't even know it was out to stream.
LePew, thank you for the 50 bits. Will there be Channel Awesome, the musical?
Probably not, because I found out doing the Mulan one that unless I have somebody there to coach my voice can sound nice, but it's not always accurate, and I need somebody there to guide me, and it's just too much work, so probably not.
DCL Coda says, Catwoman from Batman the Animated Series, Adrienne Barbeau, Broadway's original Rizzo in Grease.
Yeah, she was, that's so cool. I don't know why I loved this. In Judge Dredd, she was the voice that it cannot be otherwise. The little computer voice. I don't know why. That just blew me away. I had her say, she's like, I don't even remember that voice. I'm like, I don't care. Just say it. So yeah, stupid things blow me away like that. She was very, very nice. She was very cool.
And this will probably be our last one. Staggy just wants to say, hello, nice to meet you. Love your work.
Thank you. Back at you.
Appreciate it. All right, great. Well, that means it's 7 o'clock for us, and it is time to wrap things up. So thank you all so much for joining us here today. We super appreciate you being here. The next time that we're going to be live is tomorrow. We do have content here 6 days a week. So tomorrow, Malcolm's going to be here at 1 o'clock. And then Doug will be back Spoodermanning around at 6 o'clock. Spooderman.
Man, that's what it's going to be called, man. Those fucking Rocket guys. If you want to see me rage
out,
oh,
I forgot about that.
Tune in tomorrow, man. Yeah, because I don't know how well I'm gonna do, and they were already pissing me off quite a bit.
They were.
We'll see how it goes.
Yeah. And then Saturday we've got Awesome Comics and Coffee, and then we start the whole thing again on Monday. You can see the schedule; it's right over there. So please come on back and hang out with us. We always appreciate seeing you in chat, and I love chatting with you all. But I hope you have a wonderful evening. Thank you so much, and we'll see y'all later.
Bye-bye.
Bye.
Bye-bye.
Goodbye. Goodbye now. Someone's got